Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Brett, for having us. My name is Phil Lamancusa from Nawara Brothers Home Store. We're your local supplier for electric, energy-efficient appliances. Literally only about a mile and a half from here, about 3 blocks east of John Ball Zoo. So I'm going to turn it over to Blake Thomas from GE Appliances to talk to you about the ultimate in stovetop cooking, electric and induction.
Hi, as Phil just said, Blake Thomas, GE Appliances. Thank you all for coming out. I wasn't sure what to expect, but have it at a brewery and people will come, so make some sense. So who here enjoys to cook? Can I get a show of hands here? Okay, some of the audience. Who here likes to eat? Test never fails. A lot more people enjoy eating. So I want to kind of go over what benefits induction provides and how it can be more efficient with not only your time, but also as the product is more efficient overall.
Should we go back to the other one?
All right, so as they're working through some of these technical difficulties here, I do want to point out I did bring a single induction burner so that we can kind of show off how it actually works, talk about some of the benefits, and not really the best setting with everyone in the room, but come up afterwards and we can kind of do a little bit more one-on-one setting here. So market insight. So induction isn't a new technology. It's been around for a while, but it's now starting to grow more rapidly in the industry. It's taken over a lot more gas cooking products, taken over more standard electric. And the reason behind that is the cost has been able to go down. And as people have had it, they've decided that, hey, we can't live without this. This is something that we need to have because of some of the benefits. Don't take it from me. Take it from some of our online reviews. So here's one in particular that talks about the benefit that she enjoys, which is the response time, and how fast that it can bring water to a boil as one of the benefits. If you can cook on it faster, that gives you more time to eat and do the things that you enjoy. You don't have to spend as much time slaving over the stove. This is just one example, but there are many, many more online. So don't take it from us. Get online, check them out. So the 3 main benefits: heat responsiveness and efficiency. So with induction, it's actually not the actual surface that heats up, it's the pan. Which will help with that efficiency because you're not losing heat. So if you're cooking on a gas stove, the middle's going to have retain a lot more of that heat, but you're going to have heat loss out the sides. Same with an electric, standard electric cooktop. If you're cooking on that and you're cooking on a smaller pan on a larger element, you're losing all that heat because it's coming out the sides. Ease of cleaning. If you have anyone who has a gas stove is familiar with how dirty and how hard it is to clean. Again, just a time-saving thing, so the efficiency from that standpoint. A lot easier to clean, just wipe it clean. You can turn off all the buttons on the actual panel, just wipe it clean. Don't have to worry about any issues. And no issues. But we do have issues with some of the technology here in the room. And another thing is safety with it. Right now, we actually have a pot boiling on here, and I can actually touch the surface, and it's cool to, no, I'm just kidding. It's cool to the touch. So, so anyone who has kids, if you want to help educate them on how to cook, it's a lot safer of a product to use. So, well, how much water are we talking about? This I poured in. So I poured in 16 ounces, so half a quart here, and it took 1 minute and 10 seconds to bring to a boil.
What'd you set it at?
I put it on the max.
Oh.
So that's one of the other things with induction is the responsiveness of it. Right now, we got it fully boiling. We turn it all the way off or down, and it's already stopped. So when you are cooking on it, being able to control that heat a little bit better was going to provide a better meal, just gives you more control. A lot of people are scared to go to induction from if they're in love with their gas stove because they feel like they have more control with gas, when in all actuality, you're going to get a lot more benefit out of induction. So as you can kind of see this diagram here, it kind of talks about the boiling time and some of the differences. between all three different cooking methods. Means of efficiency. Again, just it talks about more of the heat loss, the energy loss when cooking in gas compared to induction. And induction is by far you're going to retain more of that heat and that energy, 84% compared to a gas parboiled element. 38% of the heat is going into the pot, and the rest is being lost. So huge gains and benefits there. So how does it work? Does anyone have induction in their home? No. Great. All right. Phil does, and I do. So we're the perfect people to talk about this and the benefits because we actually have it and use it on a regular basis in our own homes. The question is, how does it work? How can I actually touch this element that's boiling this pot of water right next to it and I not get burnt? So it's magic. It's just, who knows, it's science. But in all actuality, it's an electromagnetic field. When you turn on this element, it cues the coils that it's ready. So if we take this pot off, again, I can touch it, won't be hurt, but as soon as we put this pot on, it has an iron content in it. The pot, it has to be a special pot that would hold a magnet. And when you put that pot on that surface, it would signify to it a reaction. And it's actually the pot that gets hot, not the actual surface. And so when, again, that's, I guess, how it works. The electromagnetic field signifies to the pot that the molecules will then vibrate, causes this friction and this reaction for the pot to actually get hot and not the actual surface.
How does most of the nonstick pans work with that then?
Very well. So one of the other things with buying induction is, oh, now I have to get all new pots and pans because they won't work with this new induction. Easy way to test is with a magnet. Well, if not, GE has a specific model that actually has a rebate where if you buy the slide-in oven, you get a free 11-piece cookware set that will work with the induction. The other thing when you're purchasing special cookware with it, for the best reaction to happen and like to reduce noise level, because there will be somewhat of a rattling if the cookware is not flat, is you want to get the flattest cookware as possible so it's an even, clean, flat surface that it's on. But I have non-stick it comes with non-stick cookware, and it does very well. No problems at all. Here's a video, if we're able to start this, or will this cause...
Can you narrate it?
Oh, it's basically, it's a lot of regurgitation of what I've said, so if we don't want to mess with the volume... How does induction work? Again, it's a lot of the repeat of kind of what I just said about how it creates an electromagnetic field. You put the pot on, it's going to cause a little bit more rapid boil compared to other heating elements. Pots and pans have to hold a magnet. Yeah, no ouch, no ouchies. And the butter test there. So again, there's a lot of good content online. A lot of good videos of people doing demonstrations and such on YouTube. So,
What is the minimum of your energy output on those burners? I mean, are you using 1,500 watts, 1,800 watts? I mean, is there a...
that is a great question. I will find an answer for you and come back to you, but I don't know off the top of my head. When I put it at like the lowest output, I'm not sure what the... What is it, the next button, or is it? 3,700. 30, yeah, I don't know what the lowest setting. Yeah.
What about canning? We do a lot of canning out in the country. You know, we got 2 or 3 to 5 gallon canners on it. Will they work on an induction, or is that a...
Phil, have you had a lot of problems with that, or is that?
No, just the pan has to have iron in it. So the pan has to have iron. As long as the pan will hold a magnet, it'll work. A lot of the induction burners are huge 12-inch burners, so you'd want one with a large 12-inch burner, and the pan just has to have iron in it. The iron reacts to the electromagnetic field.
The stock pot you're using for canning probably is aluminum, though, so that's like that.
Yeah, so all aluminum, all copper pans will not work. Go ahead. I think it's over like 94% of the, of the power goes into the pot. Yeah, it's very, very little loss compared to gas is like 30, 40%, and regular electric is like 50 or 60%. So it's over 90% of the energy is transferred into the pan.
it's gonna cook faster, so that's gonna be less time that the unit's on as well, which also is a energy savings there and a time savings. So induction offerings. So every kitchen's kind of made differently, whether you have built-in products, freestanding products. So I just kind of wanted to highlight and show we have different offerings, whether you just have a actual built-in type cooktop and a 30-inch platform or a 36-inch platform, whether you have more of a traditional freestanding stove or a slide-in stove where it's front control. You can get induction and all the different product offerings and a magnitude of colors, finishes as well. One of the newest things I wanted to highlight and what this so this burner is created by a company called Heston Q, and we've recently partnered with them to create and provide this kind of induction 2.0. Because current induction, it's not like you control the precise temperature, but once you select that level 5, it's going to stay at that level. With Heston Q, we've rolled this out on our cafe slide-in and cooktops. It's you download the Heston Q app. On the app, and I can demonstrate this kind of one-on-one at the end here. You gotta have it comes with a special pan with it as well, and it's a smart pan. You download the Heston Q app. It's pretty crazy and a little bit over the top here, but you download that app. They have an assortment of recipes. The demonstration I've seen is crepes. I wouldn't have the slightest idea on how to prepare or cook a crepe. But with this technology and with this app, it'll do a step-by-step how to prepare and cook this crepe. And I wouldn't know what level of temperature, but it would say it needs to be at 300 degrees or whatever it is. And you can use the app to actually turn on your element, and it would set it at that precise level and like take you step by step on, oh, it needs to sit there for 3 minutes at this level. It needs to be sitting here at this level for this long.
You can
And
set the pan to an exact degree, and it'll hold that temp. Like if you want 180 degree pan, it will just hold that exact temp on your pan. Perfect pancake or crepe. Or
Yep.
spag-
So it's gourmet guided. So there's that, and then there's also sous vide. Has anyone ever heard of sous vide cooking? So you have that little probe you'd stick in the water to get that exact temperature. Inductions, you can use induction cooktops the same way. Some of our models come with that probe that would allow you to cook that perfect steak where it's medium rare evenly throughout. So with that, I think I've reached my conclusion here. So I want to thank everyone. And I guess I got a question I got to ask. $5 gift card, you have that, Brett?
Yeah, we got it.
All right. Where should you buy your GE appliances here locally? Nawara, give them the gift card.
So yeah, I mean, induction. I own induction now. I've owned all the cooking. I've owned electric, coil, glass, gas, and induction is truly the ultimate. It's the easiest to cook on, boils twice as fast. It's the easiest to clean because the area where your pan's on doesn't get hot. So if you have a boil over or spill, that doesn't burn onto your cookware. It just easily wipes up. So it is truly the ultimate cooktop.
There was a sound you probably all couldn't hear, but it was kind of emitting a little bit of a sound. Is that normal for all induction?
It does make a sound when it's on. Yes, yep. It does have a little bit of a hum.
It's that kind of reaction of the magnetized. Yeah. And this is a little bit different because it is a single burner if you have it on a larger platform.
Yeah, I have induction, range, and it's not near as loud as that at home. Also wanted me to talk a little bit about heat pump dryers. So that's something that's kind of coming out. So they've had condensation dryers for a while, which utilize heat pump. Like you guys have been talking about heat pumps and water heaters and geothermal and everything. Now, starting next year, there are going to be more and more electric heat pump dryers available where they're using the ambient, air temperature to heat way more efficient than gas in the past. People always prefer natural gas dryers in the urban area just because they're much more efficient than electric. But with the heat pump dryers, they're like twice as efficient as a gas dryer. So they are becoming available. LG is offering a few models coming in 2019 that are actually vented heat pump dryers, not condensation dryers. So that's another advantage.
You have condensing too, right?
We sell condensing dryers also. So we sell a ton of the Bosch condensation dryer. And if you have an application where you can't vent it, so you want to do ventless, Bosch does condensation. GE does condensation dryers. We have some other brands, so definitely come see us. Any questions?
How's the cost compare, induction flat stop versus a regular electric?
So induction is slightly more, but in the recent years it's come down a lot. I mean, induction has been out for a long time, and 10 years ago it was $3,000 for an induction cooktop, where now you can get a whole induction convection range for less than $2,000. Cooktops are $1,500 roughly, so they've come down quite a bit. All right. All right. Thanks so much.